Mexico. Yeah, boy. Are you ready? Yeah, boy. Are you ready?
You and I must fight to get high, get high. Player 2 defeated. Congratulations! This game's winner is Kirby.
the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, a life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down. say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Not really sure, but my brain tells me I've been here before. Don't wanna draw any attention to all the crazy things that I shouldn't mention. Not really sure, but it feels like my feet are glued to the floor. Don't wanna open up my mouth, cause I'm afraid of what's gonna come out. Life is but a dream. This can't be happening. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality. Twisted. I'm hearing voices, I'm seeing visions. I'm not sure who's the one making the decisions. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Jack it up. Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games. Yeah, I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you finally, see you looking down and out, coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily influenced. All the times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music. I'm saying
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games. Yeah, I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Father, father. runs dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday.
lot of you kids, it's a f***ing jungle out there. Keep your head on tight. Unknown brain to mind me, baby. Let's do it. Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief for my crew on, bullets rattling and whistle at your toque, never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my loop, it's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, this a motherfucking war zone. It's a war zone. Yeah, feel the impact. Yeah, break it open, leaving nothing f***ing intact. Hey yo, you been hacked. You're safe, hard in, but I found it, homie, been cracked. Hey yo, we been back. Your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Hey bitch, you been whacked. I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's what the clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud where the vision saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trenched out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, no cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop. Yo, this a war zone, homies.
Take me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you. And the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in small, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor, the pain
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Operator, don't be mean. I got a lot of things I think are under my seat. No, no. Operator, don't be mean. I think I'm okay, but I just wanna see. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way. Operator, don't be mean. I got a lot of things I think are under my seat. No, no. Operator, don't be mean. I think I'm okay, but I just wanna see. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way. Operator, don't be mean. I got a lot of things I think are under my seat. No, no. Operator, don't be mean. I think I'm okay, but I just wanna see. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way. Operator, don't be mean. I got a lot of things I think are under my seat. No, no. Operator, don't be mean. I think I'm okay, but I just wanna see. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way. Operator, don't be mean. I got a lot of things I think are under my seat. No, no. Operator, don't be mean. I think I'm okay, but I just wanna see. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way. Operator, don't be mean. I might look slim, but I just can't breathe. I'm lost. But maybe you can find my way.
Just yesterday, I thought it impossible, but then suddenly I found just the thing to spur belief, to fly, release. Nothing's been as bright as this before. Just yesterday, you brought me a flower bed, and then suddenly the colors came alive. The red
Why you gotta go? Go and let me down like that. Hey, down like that. Oh, why? Why you go and let me down like that? Hey, down like I was nothing but loyal to you right from the start. You changed up on me as soon as things were getting hot. I've always seen it like a spiral's being in the dark. And you let me down like that, yeah. Down like that. Oh, why?
Yeah, I want that knockdown. Fuck up the system, make it shut down. I'm cold with this, slow man down like freezer. Wanna backstab like freezer, dictate death like Caesar. Always come through with a beat, gotta do a lot of trouble me. Visionary still want tunnel me, me the unit that will chuckle me. Devilish views when they're aiming at the prophet, and make them pain to you nothing. Remember what I said when that pussy tried moving with the arms. I ain't bad with the
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around as long as you have. We're going to be beginning very, very soon once we've got all the players in the lobby ready to go. We'll be able to jump into the match. Sorry for the delay. As you know, esports matches can sometimes take quite a long time, so we did not expect it to take as long as it did. But we're here now. We're ready. Just a couple more minutes and we'll be right online, ready to go. So just hang on for a little bit longer, a couple minutes, and we'll be good to go. All right, well, I said a couple of minutes. I was lying. It's a couple seconds. But here we go. We're finally in game. It's going to be Chill in Rage versus Frantic6 eSports. And we're in that banning phase now. It is going to be on the map Border. Now, I don't think I saw this last time I was casting Rainbow Six Siege. So this is going to be a new one to cast for me. This map is interesting. I have some real flashbacks of getting spawn peeked on this map. So we'll see if that happens tonight or not. Hopefully not. We want some good old classic professionalism in our Rainbow Six Siege this evening. We're gonna see the Buck get banned. That's a lot of soft war breaching taken off the board. The Thatcher is gonna be taken away as well. That's a pretty powerful tool taken off the board for the attackers. Of course, the only way to be able to breach through those hard reinforced walls right now are going to be a pick like Kali. And obviously, we don't really see her too much. Not a very popular pick to choose. So that Thatcher ban is going to be pretty big. We're going to see that Echo ban come out as well. And that is going to be another typical pick that we see coming out a lot of the time for defense bans. Echo obviously using his drones to deny the plant. The diffuser planter can get knocked off the diffuse plant by that Echo drone. So obviously a really powerful operator also taken off the board is Mira. That's going to be another typical ban that we see coming on that defense side. Mira obviously offering a lot of utility when it comes to the defense side. And, you know, there's a lot of discourse about Mira's pick rate and ban rate, etc., etc. We're not really going to go into that right now. We're just going to have a look at the operator picks, and it's going to be Hibana, Zofia, Sledge, Capitao, and Thermite for the attackers, Bandit, Jaeger, Legion, Cade, and Wamai for the defense. And I really like this defense coming out here from Frantic6 eSports. There's Legion and Kaid and Wamai, so I see they have the Kaid and the Bandit, actually, which is quite interesting, but I really like it. It offers a lot of ability to really, really shut down the... really shut down a lot of entry breaching potential. Of course, that Thatcher is banned, so there is... yeah, the Thatcher is banned, so there's pretty much no way to get through this, and it's probably by design from Frantic6 here. We're going to see them on the second floor. They're going to be up here defending this particular site. You can see they're pretty much spreading out for the entire floor, as we should see. We see the setups coming out all over the place as the drone phase comes to an end. Let us have a look at what is going on the attacker side. So we see Zofia rushing out here really quickly. Could have been spawn peaked, but obviously, like I said, I hope we don't see any of that. It's a little bit kind of not what you want to see in a nice competitive game here. So obviously we don't see any of that. See Zofia really, really quickly entering in to the house here, coming in very quickly. Going to be opening up that floor as well. That's going to be pretty good for them right now. I like to see this. some good levels of competitive play here. A Ducky, meanwhile, is going to be able to take down a Fish. As the drone's going to be spotting out other people. Ducky actually going to be able to take down another one as well. Going to be right here on the forefront. Able to take down both Jaeger and Kaid. And that's going to be pretty big since, obviously, Jaeger brings that powerful weapon of his. Hibana. Ducky is going to be able to only take down 2 before he goes down himself. That's going to be the first attacker that actually goes down for that entire round. Yeah, we're going to see Legion taking fire from that upside down repelling attacker there in the window. Not going to get taken down just yet. Looks like the defenders are perishing very quickly though. It's a 2v2 at the moment. Wamai on 10 HP, probably less even. Any stray bullet could take him down right now. It's a full health Zofia and a full health Thermite versus a 25 or just under 25 HP Bandit and a 10 or 5 HP Wamai here. Things are looking very, very difficult. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. The attackers have time to play with here. They don't have to push this one too hard. They can play it slowly as they like. Thermite's going to be breaching that wall. Sophia still maximum HP, going to be swinging out through this doorway to cover Thermite. They've got this wall open. This should be a pretty easy defuse plant or clear. If they decide to pull the trigger, they are taking a little bit long here. It does step into the bomb site. That diffuser is going to start getting planted. And actually, the Sophia gets taken down immediately. Wamai on like 5 HP just swings as soon as he hears that diffuser go down. And he just takes them out immediately. What a play. That was like 5 HP. It could have been even less than that by the looks of things. And he just absolutely destroys a full health Sophia and a full health Thermite there. And I think that kind of just comes down to the attackers not really getting into position fast enough. They knew they had time to work with, but guys, you don't have that much time. You have time, but that you must use that time to set up. You got to move into the site. You got to push in. You saw there, it was about 30 seconds left on the clock when the Thermite actually pushed into the site to plant. And they should have been on the site already before then. And actually cleared it out and had a look, you know, holding the angles and whatnot. But instead, it was 30 seconds left when they pushed onto the site, thought about the defuse, started getting the defuser down. And, yeah, by then it was too late. The Wamai just swings in as he pleases on 5 HP, wins the fights. And, yeah, the rest is history. So we're going to be on round 2. The first one going to be going to Frantic6 eSports. But, of course, in a game like Rainbow Six Siege, you can never count anyone down and out from anything like this. That was just the first taste of the attacking side from Chill in Rage. So they could certainly have plenty of chances to bring themselves back and get their next round. We are going to be seeing the first floor defense this time around. They're going to be here towards the workshop side. Let's have a look and see what the attackers have decided to do. Once again, we see that they are bringing that Zofia, the Thermites, see Capital, and IQ this time. IQ, a pretty good operator to use for clearing out those defense gadgets. I want to have a look at this droning here coming out from Hibana. Going to be able to spot out the Mozzie. Last time it was Ducky who got a very, very quick double frag to entrance the team into the bomb site, or just into the vicinity of the bomb site at least. So my eyes are on Ducky right now. IQ. It's going to be point of contact here. Might find one, but doesn't manage to get it. Meanwhile, the Zofia is going to go down. Oh, and really nice angle there from Thermite as well. Going to be able to take down 2 as well. Very, very clean from Thermite here. Taking no prisoners this time around. from the mistakes of the previous round. A good 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, so plenty of time to play with for the attackers. Defenders on the back foot with 2 members down. And I like this from the attackers here. They have taken the second floor control, which means seems like they want to have that verticality in play, which I like. It's one of the unique things about Rainbow Six, and it's a lot of interesting things can happen with vertical play and whatnot. So let's see if we can see any crucial plays coming out here. We are going to be seeing Thermite in a position to take down an enemy if he peeks just right. Should have spotted the shield out. He's going to be using those drones. Let's see if anything happens here. Attackers do have that second floor control. Speaking of control, they're going to be able to take down Figure 6. Dijin also going to go down. IQ going to lose that fight in the window there. Meanwhile, Chill in Rage going to take down that last player remaining. Attackers taking the round just like we thought would happen here. It's going to be 1 for 1. Both sides showing that they can win rounds. No problem executing strats, correcting mistakes from previous rounds. And, yeah, so we're going to see that even break in the first 2 rounds. Similar setup coming out here. We see Hibana, IQ, Capital, Thermite, and Zafir. So pretty much standard setup. The only different thing I see here is probably the dock. I don't think there was a dock on the previous round. I'm not 100% sure about that, so correct me if I'm wrong. But otherwise, we see a pretty similar standard setup. We're going to be in ventilation and workshop here on the first floor, which I think is a pretty good pick for Mute. Can work pretty well, and especially in combination with Mozzie. That Mute-Mozzie combo works really well for information denial. So definitely a pretty strong combination coming out here for the defense side. You can see them immediately running out and doing an extended reinforcement. And pretty much what I'm going to be looking for is to see if Frantic6 eSports can undo the things that perhaps they made a mistake on in the previous round. Because as you know, previous round was on the same bomb site, and obviously the attackers, Frantic6, won that one. So we're waiting for Chill and Rage to see if they have identified those issues. I mean, the fact that they've picked the same bomb site again means that they are confident that they have. So let's see if that is indeed the case. Going to see that IQ and Zafir coming out very quickly. No spawn peaks in sight, so far so good in terms of toxic spawn peaks. Droning is going to be happening. That's pretty big. Meanwhile, Kitsu just doesn't really care about droning phase. He wants frags, and frags he'll get. He's going to be able to take down that Jaeger. That's a pretty big early pick to get with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. That's a very, very big pick to get, in fact. All that firepower is now gone. A bit of spam going to go through the walls. Not going to catch anyone. Actually going to swing wide and get taken down immediately. Meanwhile, Hibana going to be taking fire as well. No one goes down just yet. The Mozzie is down as well. Oh, but that's a brilliant nitro cell coming out from the Mutia. And actually just absolutely big brain right now. Playing the map so well here. Able to take down another, so it is 2 for 2, but Mute very, very low. I say 2 for 2. We just get an immediate trade. Figure 6 getting one and going down, getting taken immediately as well, and it is now a pretty much lost battle for the attackers. Then the defense has done it exactly as they wanted. They noticed what was going on in the previous round. They identified that the attackers took control of the second floor, and they were like, oh, well, if you're going to take control of second floor, we're just going to defend second floor. Because we beat you in the first round, head on, so we'll just take you head on again and win. And it seemed to have worked, so they're going to be picking the second floor once again, Armory and Archives, and a pretty standard lineup again. So same operators across the board, no sixth picks to speak of. Yeah, looks all pretty solid right now, so I don't expect that we'll see any changes. And yeah, pretty much a really exciting start to this match. And for anyone who may be wondering about it, we are currently watching the African R6 League. We are going towards the finals. And yeah, I'm certain that this will be quite an interesting time. Obviously, African R6 League is powered by Pura, Vida, which are the premium water supply to East London. Now, we are here on the second floor, and well, we saw pretty good success in this spot actually. Even in the previous round, when the bomb site was on the first floor, the defense was pretty much able to successfully repel the attacking team's assault on the second floor. They were able to very quickly identify that the attackers like to take second floor control and work with that vertical play, and they were able to defend second floor pretty easily, and that the mute clutching it out, getting pretty big plays. So I suspect that the defense will be pretty strong this time. Frantic6 have shown their capability on this particular site, so I can certainly expect quite a strong defense here coming out from Frantic6. So Chill and Rage, they've got their work cut out for them. They're going to have to do some pretty big things here. Actually, IQ going to be the first point of contact. Takes a lot of damage there. Almost down to about 30 HP. Sweet, takes down Jaeger. That's Jaeger going down early in the round for a third time, if I'm not mistaken. That's huge firepower just getting taken down immediately, and that's really not what you want to see coming out from Frantic6. But we've seen them come back from less, so it's not down and out just yet for them. But it is going to make things more difficult. We're going to see Thermite repelling there. Ooh. Very quickly taken out by Doc. The trade coming through. But things are getting pretty heated. The droning is coming out. Things are happening. Hibana takes down Figure 6 there. Attackers planned this one out meticulously. It is only going to be one left. Wamai, the last one left, and he was the champion of the first round, but he is not going to be the champion of the fourth round. And Chill and Rage, not down and out just yet, despite the success that the defense has had on this site. Once again, adjust and redeploy. Improvise, adapt, overcome, as they say. And we have seen that indeed. We're going to see the same second floor bomb site. It's going to be Armory and Archives again. And pretty much right now what this tells me is that these two teams have the kind of styles that they're comfortable with. And the first kind of 2 rounds, they were feeling each other out, kind of testing how each other play, seeing what they like to do. And then the next 2 rounds were them having adjusted to that play style. So it is 2 for 2. These teams pretty even right now. No one the clear favorite. But of course, the attackers, last round, they had success on this bomb site. Which means now the defense has the onus to actually change themselves up a little bit and respond to what they saw from the attacking side. So the onus is on them to continue this pattern. Of course, the idea is to eventually break out of the pattern. You want to be able to get to the point where you are in the lead. You don't want to break even the whole time. Otherwise, we're going to go into a million overtimes, and nobody wants that. Well, at least I don't want that. We can't go too late. We're already behind schedule. We can't go too far. So hopefully somebody comes out in the lead. Who that will be, we don't know just yet. But we will find out soon enough. Once again, standard operators coming out from both sides. So it really does come down to who can outthink who can outplay who makes the mistake. So these are the things we're kind of looking out for right now. IQ jumping in really quickly, using that gadget to identify the bomb site. Now, if you don't know the recent changes to IQ's gadget, it's actually quite good. it has recently been fixed. Now IQ can spot the bomb site with her gadget, and once she spots it out, it is marked for the rest of her team as well. Very, very handy. Just a nifty little change there if you didn't know. Quite nice. IQ is actually going to be attacking the Kaid. It charges through the floor, and that's really big brain. Actually is able to take it down, so that's going to be quite important for the breaching. Thermite charges are going to be deployed. Hibana getting into position as well. Meanwhile, IQ takes down the Legion. No more Legion mines for the defense side. Meanwhile, 2 frags onto the attackers. Ducky, as I have been directed. It's actually Ducky. I know, very difficult sometimes to pronounce certain gamer names, and for some reason, gamers love to have complicated, weirdly sounding names. But it is, in fact, Ducky. Is going to be taken down, so is Cobras. Now the attack is on the back foot. Sophia going to go down as well, and now IQ and Thermite going to be droning out as much as they can, getting all the information that they can get to try and make this easier for them. It's a 2v4. Doc almost going down, but of course, it's difficult to kill a Doc. Thermite trying to see if anything can get done down here, but there's a really tight position that the attackers are in now. 48 seconds left on the clock. They have to pull the trigger somehow pull off this 2v4. They are stuck in this position here. They have to make something happen. The bullets are flying, and eventually they will connect. IQ takes down 1, but it's still a 2v3. There's still a lot of work to be done. This is definitely possible, but the time is running out. The clock is ticking, and it's not going to be enough. Defenders will win that round. Frantic6 taking that one with a clean shot from Jin. So, finally, Frantic6 going to come out in the lead. But the question is, does Chill in Rage take another one here to make it 3-3? Because so far, we've seen these teams neck and neck. Every time, one wins, then the other wins. Then one wins, then the other wins. We'll see if this pattern continues for the rest of the half. Obviously, we're going to be switching sides eventually. And that'll give us a chance to see both of these teams on a different side, to see how they operate, how they react to one another. We're going to see Goyo 6th picked into the Valkyrie. Very interesting play. It's going to be that first floor ventilation and workshop once again, coming out for the defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
And yeah, I mean, they've had varied success here. You know, wins and losses all across the board for both teams everywhere so far. So I can't really say who could be favored here. But what I can say is that this bomb site here is quite an interesting one. Obviously, this particular angle, which you're seeing now on your screen, is a very tight one because it can be peeked outside here by the attackers straight into this site. This rotation hole, though, a very smart one. Allows access to both without having to use this corridor, because once the attackers have control of this corridor, it can be very difficult to move across the map from one bomb site to the other. So this rotation hole is going to be pretty useful. Question is, what happens in the beginning of this round? Are we going to see Jaeger going down once again? It's entirely possible. We've seen Jaeger go down in the first round almost every single round. So let's see if that particular trend continues. Mozzie going to be pretty useful here, taking out a lot of information for the attackers here. Once again, that Mute Mozzie, very, very powerful when used in combination with one another. A lot of information denial coming out from those two attackers when used in conjunction with one another. A little bit of spam going to be coming out from everyone here. Zofia dropping through the hole to see if anyone's down here. And interestingly enough, a lot of defenders are off site right now, so Zofia could do something pretty big. I say something pretty big. Mozzie taking a lot of damage here. Gonna be trying to contest. Takes down the drone. Attackers are right here. One misspeak from Mozzie would mean the end of his life here. Meanwhile, Legion going to go down. This angle going to be held tightly by Mozzie. Meanwhile, Cobras and Kitsu both going to get frags all across the board. He's going to go down eventually. But the bomb diffuser is getting planted. Thermite is able to put that down, so now the burden lies on the attack. Oh, sorry, the defenders. They were off site, and that's a little bit coming back to bite them now. They have to go in and actually... Now it's all on to Mute, and never mind. That rotation hole is going to come back to bite them in the end. Just as I say, it is going to be useful for the defenders. It's actually useful for the attackers. And obviously, once that diffuser gets planted, it's going to be post-plant positions for everyone, which means that the things that you were using to help you on the defense side suddenly start to work against you, and we see a perfect example of that right there. It's going to be 3-3, and yeah, it looks like this curse or trend, whatever you want to call it, is going to continue. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Somebody has to come out in the end. Somebody has to come out ahead. That is the bottom line here. We can only have one winner. There are no ties. You win or you lose. That's it. Right now, we're going to see that 6th pick into Zofia instead of the Ashe. I would have liked to see the Ashe, not going to lie. But of course, that Zofia brings a little bit more utility to the game. For those of you who don't know Zofia, she does a very similar thing. She can use her charges to breach soft walls. Her gadget allows you to blow up soft walls and also concuss enemies. But she also has the added benefit of, if she goes down but not out, she can pick herself back up and regain about 25 HP. So that helps a lot, especially in competitive play when every single HP counts. Like we saw in that first round, 4 HP while Mai taking down 2 enemy players. So every HP counts, and of course that extra little bit of utility is pretty much invaluable for the attacking side if it comes down to those clutch situations. We're going to be seeing that Mute Mozzie coming out again. Pretty powerful once again, as I said, every time. Really, really good information denial. This time we do see the Goyo being brought out, and this brings a lot of defense value to the team. It is very difficult to clear out all of these shields, and you have to spend a lot of utility as an attacker to take those shields and all the gadgets out. If you have shields defending you and gadgets defending you, attackers really have to spend a lot of time getting through all that stuff. Now, we are going to be seeing a Nomad on the attacking side, which we haven't seen so far, if I'm not mistaken. This is a very good pick in terms of utility as well. Very strong one that we see quite commonly because of the ability to kind of place defense-ish gadgets, set up a sort of defensible position with her gadget. Will let you know when people are coming through where you've deployed your gadget. So a lot of value coming out of the Nomad as well. Meanwhile, Zofia is going to be encroaching on that bomb site, coming a little bit closer. Bullets are going to be flying back and forth. Jaeger has not gone down just yet. Finally, we're going to see Zofia getting that first frag. It's going to be onto Jaeger. Speak of the devil. Jaeger goes down first once again. And this just seems to be the trend. Jaeger cannot escape that first frag of death. Surface going to be breached here by Thermite, allowing the attacker's vision straight into the site. No one spotted through it just yet, though. Lots of angles being held. Nice little angle here by Mozzie, actually, holding right at the bottom where you wouldn't expect the enemy crosshair to be placed. Flash is going to go straight in there, but he holds true. Meanwhile, Ducky going to take down Nomad. That's a pretty crucial one to get, assuming Nomad hasn't deployed all of her gadgets just yet. I'm not sure. I only saw her do one, I think. In any case, we're going to be seeing a drone just yeet straight through the hole to try and spot out what they can spot out, but nothing of value comes out of it. Mozzie is straight there to take them out, so Right now, the attackers only have 30 seconds to kind of get something done here. They're taking a lot of time, and this is a lot owing to the fact that they have to clear out so much utility. Figure 6, meanwhile, is going to go down. Hibana breaching through this wall. Mute's going to be taken down immediately. Mozzie is going to be here behind this shield for a little bit of protection. 15 seconds remaining. The trigger has to be pulled here. Something has to happen. There's only 10 seconds left. Wamai going to go down. Mozzie here in a pickle. Goyo also going to get taken down. The attackers pulling the trigger as quickly as possible. Something has to happen. The charge is destroyed. Bomb diffuser is going to go down just in time. And it is Mozzie versus the world right now. 1v2. IQ and Thermite going to be the first point of contact. Reds is able to take down one. But now it's a 1v1 with 15 HP, it looks like. Maybe 20. Versus a full H IQ. Now, obviously, full HP IQ. Obviously, we've seen Wamai 1v2 on 4 HP. Actually, the defuse is going to get counter-defused here, but the spray is going to come down here. Oh, just misses it. That was so close. Really well played by the Mozzie there. Almost had it, but ultimately, IQ is going to pull the trigger in time. The bullets will land, and that is going to be victory for the attackers. And that was really, really close. That was a close shave if I've ever seen one. If the attackers had taken any more time, it could have been a whole different outcome. But they do manage to get the diffuser planted, which was pretty much their saving grace there. And Mozzie almost made that a clutch situation for them. 1v2 was able to make that a 1v1 and just wasn't able to get the rest of the damage down. Now, I'm not saying it's because he was using the Roni, okay? But technically, you do more damage with the Commando. Now, if you have really good aim, then the Roni could work better for you because it has higher attack speed. But a lot of the time, the extra damage per bullet of the Commando can be a little bit helpful. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not saying he lost the round because of that. But, you know, it does come down to preference at the end of the day. And I tend to prefer the Commando just because of the quicker damage per bullet. You know, if you get one bullet out, you do a little bit more damage at least. But of course, then the counter argument can be made that the Roni puts more bullets out in the same time that the Commando puts a bullet out. So, yeah, whatever. I guess that's neither here nor there. But you do see more competitive players using the Roni when they do play Mozzie. We're going to be seeing the second floor once again. Now, I'm curious to see if Frantic eSports actually go ahead and sort of adjust the way they attack this bomb site, because we did see them take quite a bit of time, and that must have been quite an uncomfortable situation for them. So I'm assuming that they are probably going to be, want to be a little bit quicker than they were. So we'll see if that is true or not. Obviously, it is advisable that you use your time. You know, don't rush into things and just get yourself killed. You know, you've got to take your time. You know, drone things out, clear the utility, do your due diligence, but also pull the trigger in time. That's a big thing that you need to get done. You have to pull the trigger in time. They almost were out of time in the previous round, so they're going to be wanting to pick up the pace if I was them. Interesting that Ash uses the G36C. It is debatable which gun is better. Obviously, a lot of people say that Ash's, I think it's R16 or 416 or something like that, very, very strong. And while it is, the benefit of going with the G36C is obviously that ACOG, which we don't see here from Fish. Obviously, the ACOG is available, but choosing not to use it. So that's quite interesting. A lot of flash is going to come out there. Ash just tossing them straight into the bomb site. The flash is just going to get thrown all through that one single door to try and get something to happen here. Mute is going to be holding. Thermite's going to get taken down. That's a lot of utility taken off the board. Thermite's no longer going to be able to blow anything up. Although I'm not sure if he used all his charges just yet. IQ is going to be in the line of fire. Takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. Only about 25 points. It's going to leave the attackers on a little bit of a back foot here. They are one man down, but speaking of, Wamai just goes down immediately. Going to put things on equal footing once again. 4v4. And Jaeger is going to go down again. Interesting to note that Jaeger was not the first kill, so at least there's that. It's going to be a 2v3, though. It's a lot of bullets going back and forth. Finally, the Ashe going to get taken down by that Roni. But now Mozzie, once again, finds themselves in a 1v2, and I don't think this one's winnable this time. He's actually trying to do a bit of a sneaky here, and I'm not sure if it's going to work out. Just over 25 HP, maybe about 30. The diffuser is going to start getting planted and actually holding the angle brilliantly. Going to get taken down. Really well played by the attackers here, and they definitely moved a little bit more quickly and more decisively than the previous round and secured that one for themselves. So I think this is the first time that we are going to be seeing somebody pull out ahead, and it's going to be Frantic6 finally pulling around ahead, 3-5 instead of 4-4. So finally we have a little bit of an advantage here for Frantic6. They are a couple rounds ahead. Pretty similar setup, except we see them pull out a Frost. I'm not sure if this is going to stay. No, there's the 6th pick, of course. It is going to be the Wamai. A little bit of a debate with that Frost, but not going to be going through in the end. It's going to be a pretty similar setup. We're going to see the Mute Mozzie combo. We're going to see the Jaeger, as has come out pretty much every single round. We're going to see that Goyo as well for all those shields. A lot of utility wasting for the attackers. And you know, you can waste a lot of time, like I said earlier. If you deploy all these gadgets, you know, you have the Goyo shield, you have the Wamai sucking up all the grenades, you have the Jaeger taking out the grenades, you have all of that information denial from Mozzie Mute, you know, that you're wasting a lot of the attacker's utility. And that's pretty much the goal of this setup here coming out from Chill in Rage. That's basically their plan here. They just need to waste as much utility and as much time as possible. Whereas on the other side, Frantic6, they've been having some pretty good success recently in the last couple of rounds of just being able to pull the trigger a lot quicker and get through all of that utility denial. So definitely really well played by them so far in taking that kind of stuff down and being able to get onto the site. So really good Rainbow Six Siege that we're seeing get played here today. Very interesting to see what these teams pull out. It's a very similar composition each and every time with only a couple of adjustments. And of course, those would be adaptations against the other team's playstyles. So we're going to see the attackers start moving into the second floor, opening up a whole bunch of walls and soft surfaces. IQ going to be actually playing this one really smartly. I'm really enjoying watching this IQ play. Going to be denying all of that information denial and utility denial through the floor, and this is really good, a good way to play IQ. I must give props to NaCl, I think it is, sodium chloride, as the scientific abbreviation goes. Very well played on the IQ. That's a really smart way to play IQ. It's a little pointer for those out there who are trying to learn an operator. That's a good one to pick up if you're going to be playing as big brain as that. Meanwhile, Wamai is going to go down. So he's no longer going to be able to provide his time wasters. Attacker's really pulling the trigger. Of course, that IQ has gone down as well, and so has the Abana. Things are going not the way they wanted them to. Mozzie on about 10 HP here. And finally, the Jaeger seeing a little bit of life here. Not gone down immediately. It's going to be seeing a little bit of game time here. I say game time. The person who hasn't got any game time anymore is Ducky. That Mute going to be taken down. Now, I'm trying to see who decides. And actually, the Jaeger going to be immediately just running out to try and get some sort of a flanking position. He is spotted, so the attackers should know where he is right now. He does have a line of sight. He's only going to be Jin alive. 1v3. Spray through the wall. Definitely spotted here. Both of them have seen each other. They know where each other is. And that actually going to be spraying straight through the wall. Really well played there. Finally, Jaeger is going to see the light of day and is going to be able to provide that clutch or final kill for the team there. So that's really well played by them. Finally pulling themselves out getting that 4th round on the board. So it's 4-5. Frantic still in the lead, but only by 1. So things have been really close so far. Really, really neck and neck. Props to both of these teams. They're playing really, really well. Really nice to see some good utility from both sides. Really good setups from both sides. I do like it. You know, the Mutant Mozzie combo, the Jaeger Wamai combo plus the Goyo. Really, really solid setup. I like it. I'm a fan. And of course, on the other side, we've seen a lot of good plays from attacking teams so far. A lot of great just ability to get into the sites that they need to get into, plant the bombs in time. So, yeah, really good stuff from these teams overall so far. We're going to be seeing that first floor defense once again here. They're going to be setting themselves up. The Mutes pulling out the shotgun to open up these soft walls. And this is a really great way to play Mute as well. If you're a Mute player, you can pull out his shotgun because he has the ability to equip a secondary SMG. So instead of taking your main SMG, you take that shotgun. Gives you a lot of utility value in being able to open up soft walls, as you can see here,
10 seconds to insertion.
and create lines of sight. And these lines of sight are really important because they allow the defending team to create pressure where the attackers don't necessarily expect it. So, yeah, like I said, really, really good stuff from all these teams here so far. Really liking what I'm seeing, and hope you are too. Hope you're enjoying this so far. We're going to be seeing those drones coming out for that information gathering. And obviously, Rainbow Six Siege is pretty much one of the most unique FPS games to have really come into the competitive scene, because there's just so much unique about it that's very interesting, and one of those interesting things for people who don't perhaps know much about Rainbow Six Siege, or perhaps play other games. It's that ability to have a preparation phase, where the defenders actually prepare their defense, and the attackers, actually gain information and sort of do some reconnaissance on their enemies. It's a very unique kind of thing that we don't really see in other games very much. It's quite fun to watch. Meanwhile, as I say, quite fun to watch, Ash going to be taken down immediately, and that's quite a crucial attacker lost very, very quickly. It's going to put the attackers on a back foot. That's not really what you want to see. And speaking of not what you want to see, we are seeing a bullet hole peak here. Of course, the explosion from the shield is going to open up that hole, which the Jaeger wasn't really expecting. But that would have been a really, really annoying bullet hole peak coming out from him if that has succeeded. Seriously, seriously annoying. It's so difficult to deal with those bullet hole peaks. And speaking of difficult to deal with, Zofia finds it difficult to deal with the Jaeger. Does get refragged eventually, though, so it is a 1-for-1 trade, but that means that the attackers are still on the back foot, which is not really where you want to be. They are able to spot the bomb out, but actually might be getting flanked here, and he doesn't flick up in time. He's going to get taken down. IQ goes down. Now all that is left for the attackers are Thermite and Sledge. And they have a lot of work to do here. 41 seconds left on the clock, and they have to make big strides towards that bomb site. Only Jaeger has been fragged here. Castle and Goyo going to be low on HP, but still alive, and that means that they are wasting time, and time is ticking. 25, 24, not many seconds left to go here, and I don't think that they can do this. Honestly, they don't really have much time, and they have to work through so much, and they've actually missed one. This is the perfect spot, and there it is. Chill in Rage. They don't clear that angle, they don't clear that spot, and Hidden Mute is going to be able to take down both of them with a very, very nice spray transfer with that SMG. And that is not an easy thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. That is not an easy thing to do. That machine gun, that submachine gun kicks like a mule. That recoil is so difficult to control, and props for just that amazing spray control. That was really nice to watch. That was really, really good. Double frag there coming out from Mute, and that's going to bring things 5-5. So once again, completely even, completely neck and neck. No clear leader. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than these teams are both looking really, really good right now. And neither of them have really been able to pull ahead very sufficiently, except for obviously when Frantic6 was able to pull out a couple rounds ahead. And that's obviously been negated now by Chill and Rage. They've been able to pull out the rounds that they needed to pull out. And so, once again, we're even. So, we're looking for mistakes. We're looking for unique plays, such as, for example, that mute sitting there behind a desk, waiting for people to walk past. This is going to be that first floor defense here in customs. And the interesting thing about this particular one is that this wall leads directly to the outside. And they don't have a Kaid or a bandit to hard reinforce this one, which means that pretty much a thermite can run straight down here, blow this up, and create quite a large line of sight. You see those rotation holes coming in as well. Very nice to see. Actually, we're going to see a run out immediately, but very quickly runs back inside. A very risky play here. We haven't seen that all game, but that is the kind of thing that these teams are looking for right now. They know they need to pull something out of the hat to be able to pull ahead here, because the normal strats aren't working. You know, regular play isn't working. They're neck and neck. Both of these teams pulling out some really good strat deployments. So they're trying to find ways, little bits to pull out against one another where they can just pull that little bit ahead. And so that's what that run out was for, and that's what this bullet hole peak is for as well. Very, very difficult to spot these. Basically impossible for an attacker to spot these bullet hole peaks. So this could be a very strong angle coming out here from Legion. But so far, nothing has come of it just yet. Now, obviously, Thermite has done exactly as I said Thermite can do and blown up that hole right there. And all of the attack is just piling in. And they're actually on the bomb site. No one's here to stop them from going through. There is somebody above site playing in for that verticality. Vertical defense, very nice to see it. Actually, that's going to be paying off a little bit for them here. Playing above the site through this hole, proving to be quite strong. And I like this strat actually from the defense side, playing things a little bit in their favor. Usually it's the attackers playing the vertical game, but the defense can actually play the vertical game like you're seeing here. And this is a very, very strong way to do it. I really like this. Pay attention if you want to be able to defend this site really well. This is a great way to do it. Reinforce the second floor when you're on that first floor. And basically just hold angles through the floor. Really, really good stuff. Of course, we're going to see that Maestro go down. So it is 3v3 so far. And the burden lies on the attackers now to get something done. And, oh, Goyo going to go down. 2v3. Things are slowly slipping out of the defender's grasp. They had a great idea playing for that verticality. Just paying off them a little bit. 2v2. Sophia and Thermite versus Jaeger and Legion, holding these angles here. And I think the mistake here was they didn't really pull the trigger in terms of understanding that this is the verticality play. And they should have really recalibrated. As soon as they noticed that something was up, you know, they were all piling into this room here through that wall. As soon as they realized something was up, they should have rotated immediately up to that second floor and tried to do something. Instead, they kind of just sat waiting for something to happen. They're going to be holding the angle, though, so the defuser will be able to go down here. Sophia actually, brilliant flick, takes down the... Oh, second one as well. Very nice stuff from Sophia. Figure 6 pulling out that clutch, that brilliant flick, and very quick reaction there from Figure 6. Going to be able to win them that round. That was just really, really well played there. As I said, defenders, they had a really good idea, and I'm actually going to give them props for that one. You don't often see people playing for that verticality on the defense side, but it is such a powerful tool that is not often used. And they used it very, very well there. If it were not for Figure 6's brilliant flicks and amazing reaction time, they would have potentially lost that one. And that could have gone a whole different way. So, honestly, props to both sides. We saw some really interesting stuff coming out there. But, yeah, once again, these teams showing us that they are both entirely capable. Things are pretty neck and neck now. Obviously, Frantic6 pulling out just ahead for the moment. Sledge going to be 6th picked into the Sledge, if I saw that correctly. But otherwise, yeah, pretty standard setups from both teams here. We're going to see that second floor defense here. Some more standard setup that we've seen so far. Mute, Mozzie, Jaeger, Wamai, Goyo. We've seen this setup before. I've explained it before. Lots and lots of utility denial. Just insane amounts of utility denial coming out from this defense side. Let's see if it pays off for them. I hope it does. I'm a fan of utility denial and kind of utility-based gameplay. It's pretty much the pinnacle, in my opinion, of playing Rainbow Six. You know, playing the strategic game on top of the frag game on top of the utility game. It's just layers of gameplay coming out here. I just love to see it. On the other side as well, pretty standard. Zofia, Ash, IQ again. We see the sledge coming out and the thermite. So we see what the teams bring out here. We see the bullet hole getting set up once again. I don't think it came in the previous round, but always do the setups in any case. See a little bit of verticality coming down here, but obviously the bomb is on the second floor this time. We see Mozzie on that first floor, I think. Let's see if he gets spotted out here. No, he has a pest to stop those pesky drones from spotting him out on the first floor there. The droning phase is going to go ahead. Meanwhile, Sledge just smacking walls as he does. Jaeger going to be spraying through these soft walls to see if he can find anyone, but it isn't going to be the case. Meanwhile, the thermite's going to be setting up that wall, trying to blow it up, get into this bomb site. A lot of attackers out here on the same spot, which can be an issue if somebody decides to swing and you're not waiting expected for it. But they are going to switch it up a little bit. It is going to be the Sledge holding this angle here. Oh, and that grenade. It's going to be found by the ADS. ADSs and Wamai gadgets going to be very difficult to penetrate through. Meanwhile, that Roni going to be doing its work, taking down Thermite. Mozzie doing a good job of roaming here. A lot of people don't consider Mozzie a roamer, but here is the proof. Ooh. Wamai going to get taken down, but not out. He's going to be able to gather a little bit of information while the attackers actually don't take him out. And actually, they don't finish him off either, which is perhaps a little bit of a mistake there. There is a chance that he could be revived and cause a bit of a nuisance, but they'll have to get to him first. I don't even know if they know that he's there just yet. Perhaps not. Diffuser is going to be planted, and Goyo is just going to be taken out immediately. And speaking of immediately, people are just dying left and right. Jaeger is trying to get something back. It is a 2v3. IQ going to be swinging quickly. And now it's all on to the Mozzie, who is very low. And this is looking pretty difficult, especially with the positions that have been taken up by the attackers here on this post plant. This should be impossible for Mozzie, unless something absolutely insane gets pulled out right here. I think this is going to go the way of the attackers. Mozzie trying to clear it is not going to work. It is going to be Frantic6 that pulled out, as they should have. And so that is going to be... Oh, very nice SMG shot there. Very on target. And that's going to be Frantic6 pulling it out at the end of the day there. That's going to be the game, in fact. And we're going to be moving on to the finals pretty soon. So, yeah. Hype. GG to both of these teams. We saw some really, really nice Rainbow Six coming out. I enjoyed that quite thoroughly. Really good strats, really great gameplay, amazing flicks, reactions, good Rainbow Six Siege all around. GG to both of these teams, and thank you so much for tuning in to this particular match. Don't go anywhere. We still have the finals coming up. I think that's going to happen over on stream A. So head over to stream A, where we will be able to see the finals going down, where I will join you shortly. And yeah, thanks for joining in. African R6, powered by Pura Vida, the premium water supplier to East London. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. Once again, sorry for the delay. Hope you enjoyed this. Go head over to African R6 League Stream A if you want to catch the finals, which should be happening pretty soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Peace.